I just did $120,000 worth of trades online on Veriswap. You might think I am crazy, but honestly, it was a lot of fun. And now Carter from Cards HQ is joining to debate me on whether my trades were smart or really dumb. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another episode of Trade Talk with Veriswap. And Carter, very fitting, you're going to join me today to hopefully compliment the incredible $120,000 worth of trades that I just did, which I'm about to tell the audience about. You were actually one of the very first users of Veriswap.
Yeah, I got to beta test it very early on, and I'm a huge fan of it. I've been on it ever since. I've done a lot of trades on this platform.
Good. Okay, so you know all about this. You know how all of this works, and we're going to go ahead and jump in. I got 10 different trades that I want you to tell me who you like, which side did better in these trades. So we're going to jump in, and let me introduce you guys to Raymond, the founder of Veriswap.
So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Raymond. I'm the founder and CEO of Veriswap. Veriswap aims to make trade nights accessible 24/7, regardless of where you are. So we are an online trading and escrow platform. You can negotiate trades as if you were trading in real life, but on a digital app. So excited to present some of the trades that happened over the course of the last month with all of you.
All right, Carter. So this past weekend, I went pretty crazy on Veriswap. I listed a bunch of my really big cards. Some of these cards are tens of thousands of dollars, and I couldn't believe some of the trade deals that I got done. But I want you to help analyze these trades. For my own trades, we're going to start this show with, but I'm not telling you which side of the trade was me. So that way you give your honest opinion. So let's start with trade number one. This trade was a 2024 Top Silver Pack Mike Trout Superfractor 1 of 1 traded for a 2018 Topps Update Juan Soto Batting Gold. That was in a PSA 10. The Superfractor, by the way, was in a PSA 9. And a 2020 Prism Joe Burrow Laser Prism PSA 10. The total trade value on this was around $3,500. Which side of this trade would you rather have? And then I'll tell you which side was my side.
Well, obviously the two bigger cards in this are the Superfractor and the Soto Gold,
Yes.
right? Personally, for myself, it's always hard to find values on 101s. That's what a lot of people struggle to do, especially now a Silver Pack 101. This is from a Top Series flagship set, right? So I'm a huge fan of trading a 1 of 1 down into multiple cards, especially something more liquid. Juan Soto's really hot. First at bat, hit a homer for the Mets in spring training. I think he's going to explode this year as well. So I'm a fan of the person that got the two cards in the deal. I think it's hard to find values. I hope the Trout went to a collector that really wants it, because that's where 101s end up, is to collectors. You don't see 101s moving in the marketplaces that much outside of the people that pull it, right? So I'm a fan of trading this down into two cards.
Okay, so Carter honestly does not know which side of this I am on. I am pleased now to be 1-0 in Carter's eyes.
I was hoping the other way.
I got the Juan Soto and I got the Joe Burrow. I had to give up the Mike Trout Superfractor, and that is one heck of a card.
It is.
I actually traded for that Mike Trout Superfractor at a Cards HQ trade night. Yeah, like 3 months ago. Someone walked in the shop with it. And I did a trade with them on our Trade Night Live that we do on our YouTube channel here in the shop. And then I've held on to it for the last 3 or 4 months. I've had a little bit of interest in it, but once I put it on Veriswap, I immediately started getting a bunch of trade offers for it. And this was the best of the trade offers that I was able to work out. So I was pretty happy to do this trade and get into a couple of more liquid cards.
Yeah.
But like you, I really hope that Trout is going to somebody who's going to cherish it. Overall, I think this was a very fair trade. And for the right collector, that's a great card.
Totally agree.
Okay, let's go to my second trade. This was a $4,500 total trade, so this one was valued a little bit more. On one side, there was a 2020 Donruss Jalen Hurts Rookie Downtown PSA 9 and a 1997 Metal Universe Kobe Bryant PSA 10. That is the base version of the famous precious metal gems. On the other side, there was a 2023 Topps Chrome MLS Messi, beautiful on-card auto, PSA 9 auto grade of 10. That was the green refractor number to 99. Which side of these cards would you rather have?
It's, for me, it's the right time to move Jalen Hurts at the moment, right? I think the Eagles are stacked, but we've seen how hard it is to go back to back, right? The Chiefs have done it recently, but it's Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. You're comparing two way different quarterbacks. And with the Club World Cup coming this year, Inter Miami's opening it, the regular World Cup coming in 2026, I really like the Messi card. And I don't just like it because of the card. I like it because of the 10 auto. A lot of his autos are very streaky. They're not known for getting these high grades. So personally, I like the Messi side of this deal.
Okay.
But I think it's pretty fair, though. You're trading a downtown liquid card and a Kobe for a Messi auto.
I'm 1-1 then. I'm 1-1 because I traded away the Messi to get the other two cards. That Messi is a card that I actually got raw and graded it myself. And I was hoping for a 10-10, but I got a 9-10. I was pretty happy still, though, with the 9-10 because, as you said, the 10 autos. But the opportunity to trade it for the Hertz card, and I agree his market is particularly hot right now, so that might come down in value a little bit. But that Kobe, like getting the Kobe that's the precursor to the precious metal gems, I think that's pretty cool. So, and in a 10, that's actually very difficult to find.
This one was tight for me. I just think the 10 auto grade really makes the Messi card.
I respect your opinion, even if it's wrong, but I still respect your opinion. Okay, let's talk about my third trade on Veriswap, and then we're going to get to, we got one more huge one, and then we're going to get to some other users' trades. This was an even bigger trade. This is a $20,000 trade value. So it's LeBron for LeBron. On one side, you have the 2005 Topps Chrome LeBron James Gold Refractor PSA 9. On the other side, you've got the 2006 Ultimate Collection LeBron James Dual Game Used Patch Auto. I think the auto is a sticker auto. Authentic, but an auto grade of 10. Which side of this would you rather
patch auto
have?
Numbered? I think patch auto. I couldn't see zooming in.
Patch. I'm not sure about the patch auto. The Gold Refractor from 2005. That one, I think that one's numbered to 99 in 2005. Is I believe what those are numbered to, either 50 or 99.
Right. For me, I'm a sucker for these Topps Chrome Golds. I love them, but you can't go wrong with a patch auto. I mean, this is a situation where you buy the card, not the grade, right? You want a card that's signed by LeBron. You got a patch, 3-color patch nonetheless, right? And the autograph 10, I mean, that's another thing. Similar to Messi, it's hard to get those high auto grades for some of these, top name athletes. So I'm a fan on this side, but this one's really tight for me because I know the golds carry a premium, and there's a lot of set collectors trying to get all the golds, especially for someone like LeBron.
Yes.
But in this case, I could see someone's trying to move a very special piece for a very cool auto, and vice versa. So I think both sides win here, but I would lean more towards the auto.
Okay. Well, the auto is coming to my home.
There you go.
So I got the auto. So I am one of those set collectors that collects all of the LeBron James Gold Refractors, and the only reason why I gave up that LeBron James Gold Refractor is because I recently picked up the PSA 10.
Oh, wow.
So I got the PSA 9. I actually traded for that card at the National last year, and I wanted it. I have this set of all the LeBron Gold Refractors from 2003 through 2009. And I got the PSA 9 at the National last year. I traded for it. And then a PSA 10 recently hit the market. I bought the 10. So now I have the 9 to trade. And that's what I was able to trade.
Right. So we're not going to see that 10 on Veriswap, right?
No, the 10's not going on Veriswap.
Yeah, you won't see that.
Speaking of putting cards on Veriswap, if you guys have not used Veriswap yet, now's the moment to get on there. Download the Veriswap app or go to veriswap.com, and when you register for a new account, use promo code SCI. Enter SCI when you register in the promo code field, and Veriswap's going to give you $15 free in your account that you can use towards trades on Veriswap. That will help cover your fees for any trades on Veriswap. They're pretty minimal fees anyway, but that helps you get started and do some trades out of the bat with $15 free to put towards any fees. We appreciate Veriswap sponsoring this show, and we appreciate them offering that offer for you. So make sure to take advantage of it. And then, hey, find me on Veriswap and let's do a few trade deals. I'll have some fresh inventory up there in the weeks ahead. All right, Carter, let's do my final trade. And this one, I think you have an idea of what side I was on because I was pretty excited. I was kind of talking about this around the shop yesterday after this finalized. But this was a crazy trade, a $95,000 trade that took place on Veriswap. On one side, there's an iconic LeBron James card, the 2003 SP Authentic, number to 500 in a 1010. I think the population of that in a 1010, I think it was like 17. It's sub 20. So it's a rare card to get in a 1010. On the other side, there's a lot. There's a Wemby White Sparkle 2023 Prism PSA 10. There's a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Mojo number to 25, 2018 Prism autograph rookie in a true gem 9.5. There's a Patrick Mahomes RPA number to 25 with really nice patches in a PSA 9. And there's a Lamar Jackson rookie card, PSA 10 from Prism, the green crystals. I think that one's numbered to 75, if I recall. So what side of this would you rather be on?
There's a lot to unpack here. The timing's questionable on Wemby,
yes.
right?
Yes.
It very is. But, the upside's potentially there, right? If he comes back and everything ends up being okay, the white sparkle for someone like him could just end up being massive, especially in a PSA 10 form, right? And then breaking down the Shai, I love that it's a true gem. That helps that a lot. Being a min gem, I probably would have discounted that a lot. He is on fire, leading the league in points per game right now. Definitely the front runner for MVP. And hopefully he gets it. But the timing to sell that would be before he gets MVP, because I have a feeling there's a lot of people that are holding his cards right now. When he gets announced, if he gets MVP or if they make it to the finals, the market will be flooded with SGA cards. The Mahomes card's an interesting one as well. Love the patches on this card. It's very hard to get this card in a 9. Oftentimes these cards are actually 7s and 8s, and people are okay with that. It's a thick card. It's tough on the edges. I'm a fan of that. Lamar, is an interesting one for me. Lamar doesn't drive the value I think he should in our industry. There's not a lot of hype around him for winning MVPs, but it's a good card nonetheless. But for me, I couldn't trade away a 10-10 Pop 17 LeBron auto, rookie auto. I just couldn't for this. I think it's respectable trading down to these 4 guys. I think you're trading into 4 great guys, but you're trading into a guy that has crazy potential talent, future MVP, Super Bowl winner, multi-time NFL MVP. So the person that traded LeBron's who I think traded it. Trading some good players.
Yeah.
But, and I respect it, but I couldn't go away from the LeBron. Personally.
I figured that's the side you would be on.
Yeah.
I figured that's probably the side that most of the viewers are on as well, but let us know in the comments. I traded the LeBron. That was a big card to trade. Why I did it, I picked up that card at Fanatics Fest. I did a trade for that card at Fanatics Fest. I ended up getting more value here than what I traded for to get the card at Fanatics Fest. So I was okay with that at the time that I did the trade. But the Wemby, I know people are going to say, why would you have that big of a Wemby card in a trade at this very moment? Why? Well, I actually have been trying to build out the Victor Wembanyama White Rainbow. This is actually going to be a PC card for me. So I know that it's impossible to build out the full Victor Wembanyama Rainbow, right? Because the black 101s, I mean, you're never going to get all of them. They're going for $800,000. One just sold for the other day or whatever it was. So I'm not going to get that. So I'm like, what could I build from Wemby Prism? Because that's kind of such an iconic, set, a release, a card, a player. And I'm like, what about the white rainbow? Because the whites look so good with the black jersey and the black curtain. I think the white cards look so good. So I have the white ice. I have the white. I needed the white sparkle. There's also a white wave. And so that's like the white rainbow, right? But I needed the white sparkle to get that done. I'm trying to do the whole thing in PSA 10, and this is a PSA 10. It's a low pop. It's less than 10, so you don't see them come up very often.
You're not going to see them pop up now. Everyone's going to hold them tight.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to scoop that. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I love the upside. And my play here is I'm going to try to see if that will cross for PSA 10. I don't know if it will or not, but sometimes the true gems will cross. If that crosses, then this trade is a big win for me.
It makes a little bit more sense from my side.
If it doesn't cross, then I can understand saying, well, the LeBron's the better card. Why would you trade down? And for me, I got a lot of really high-end LeBron cards. And this one I didn't feel like I needed. This one was one that I felt like I want to try to get a really good trade that will help build other parts of my collection. Right. And that Wemby helps build another part of my collection. I mean, so that's why I did it.
I mean, that's the beauty of this platform, Veriswap. You can do trades and deals like that. There's no other platform out there for this.
Yep. I'm sure I'm going to hear from people in the comments. Let me know what you think. But we've got, those are 4 trades of mine that I just did on Veriswap, but we got 6 trades from other people I want to talk about as well. Let's go to Raymond to introduce the next one.
Up next, we have a $49,000 trade. On side A, we have a Curry Topps Chrome Refractor Auto and $4.5K in cash. On side B, we have a Tiger Auto in PSA 10. What do you guys think?
All right, Carter, I thought this was fascinating. What side of this trade would you rather be on?
I mean, I'm all in on TGL right now. I got to go the Tiger Woods Auto. I'm locked in with golf right now.
Yeah.
I love the Curry. I mean, I love that it's refractor, the in-person auto, authentic. Auto 10's great, but the Tiger Woods all day for me.
It's a little hard to know what to do with the Curry card in this. I love the card, but it's an in-person auto, which right there makes it kind of like, oh, that's different, right? Now, one really cool thing about that is Curry didn't have autos in 2009 Topps or Topps Chrome. At least I don't think he did. I haven't seen any. So to have one of these Topps Chrome refractors autoed like that is a special thing, even though it was an in-person auto. What makes it a little tough for me to judge is the card grade is an authentic with an auto 10. What's wrong with the card, right? Now I look at the image of it and it looks really nice. Like the image to me looks beautiful. Like it's really well centered. So based on the image, I'm a little surprised it doesn't have a card grade, but maybe there's something, a surface issue or something that I can't see just by looking at the picture. So the Tiger Woods card, on the other hand, it's considered his kind of preeminent rookie card, the on-card auto. Those were numbered to $9.99. PSA 10, there's a number of them in PSA 10, but it's not overwhelming. I'm kind of split on this one. I think because of a little bit of the uncertainty I have around the Curry and the condition of it, I would probably go with the Tiger. But the Curry's also really cool
the
in
Curry
a unique
to me is
way.
almost like a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right? It's a similar scenario. You're trying to trade into something more liquid, and then hopefully a collector's trying to acquire this card, right? That's how I view it.
Yeah, I think so. I think both sides are good. All right, let's go to Raymond for the next one.
Coming up hot, we have a 48K trade. On side A, we have a Mahomes Purple Crystals BGS 9.5. On side B, we have Wemby, Luka, Lamar Jackson. Modern cards. What do you guys think?
So another kind of trade down scenario here. The person with a really nice Mahomes card, picking up some Wemby, picking up some Luka, picking up some Lamar. What do you think?
This one's probably one of the tougher ones today. I think, I like that Mahomes is true gem. Again, the true gems help a lot to me personally. And you just don't see a lot of Mahomes autos pop up in any marketplace right now. People want to hold him tight, whether he's winning or not. There's just a lot of people that believe in him over Brady long term. So the guys that have invested the significant dollars into him, they're going to keep him regardless of what's happening. They're going to keep him for when he makes the Hall of Fame, when he retires, whatever. And this one's tough because you got, a very rare and desirable Wemby. Timing's skeptical. And then you got a Luka that's also very rare. The court sides were a lot more rare in 2018 than they are today, especially, the silvers. And then the camo Lamar. Again, with Lamar, I'm not sure the value is worth what it should be for him. So personally, though, I like the upside and where they're trading down. I think for somebody to acquire the Mahomes, you got to give up a lot, and they are in this case. But I like the upside in the Wemby. I like the current market in Luka going to the Lakers, and I like Lamar as well. Lamar's still very liquid, even though his value is probably not where it should be for being an MVP.
I'm going on that side of this trade as well. And for maybe a personal reason, that 2018 Select Luka Silver Prism courtside is one of my favorite cards of all time.
Great picture.
I love it. I love the picture. I love the design of 2018 Select courtside. The silvers look amazing. PSA 10, that's very low population. That's one of Luka's lowest population rookie cards out there. And I love it. I also like the blue shimmer first off the line for Wemby. And I also like the look at the camo prism with Lamar. So I think there's 3 cards from an eye appeal standpoint that are awesome.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, I don't really care for the purple on the prism card with the red on Mahomes' jersey. That's not doing it for me from an eye appeal standpoint.
Looks weird. I mean, but I'll say this: the fact that all 3 cards are PSA 10 makes it happen for me. If one was a 9, I'm probably flipping the other way.
I would agree.
Regardless of value, I think the PSA 10s help a lot here.
I agree. So I'm going that way as well. But I mean, look, the person who got the Mahomes, that's an awesome card for them too. All right, this next one's really interesting. Let's hear it from Raymond here.
Up next, we have a $31,000 trade down. On side A, we have an Ohtani Topps Chrome Purple in PSA 10. On side B, we have a mix of LeBron, Ohtani, and Wemby. How do you guys feel?
All right, so trading down again from a big Ohtani into a little bit of a smaller Ohtani, plus a Wemby, plus another Ohtani, plus a LeBron. Where are you on this trade?
Wemby's are moving right now.
Yeah, they really are.
Great.
They are.
This one, what this looks like to me is somebody is trying to trade down and still keep Ohtani in their collection, right?
Yes.
They're trying to trade down a very desirable colored PSA 10 rookie auto, trade it down into a base auto, then got 3 pretty liquid cards, right? I mean, I want to remind people, the 2018 Bowman Chrome Ohtani and the 2003 Topps LeBron James and PSA 10s are still very significantly valuable.
Oh yeah.
You know? So this is significant here, and then obviously the Wemby, the premium factory set's a good card as well. So personally though, I couldn't give up a colored Ohtani PSA 10 auto here, but I understand it, and I like that they're still getting an auto back. I think that's important. It's not a true gem. I like true gems personally, or true gem pluses. I like that it has a 10 subgrade on the edges though. But personally, I'm going to go on the side where I would rather keep the purple in this case, more for, I just think the color and the rarity of that, and PSA 10 does it for me there.
Carter, normally when Teapot comes on this show, I sit here and I argue with him on every single trade.
Great.
I'm actually agreeing with you more often than not. I also would rather have the more rare Ohtanis, especially in the PSA 10.
Yeah.
Like PSA 10s, at least today, just have such a premium over the 9.5 that right now, with the way the industry is, I would rather have that 10. Mm-hmm. Not to mention it's, the more rare, it's the refractor, it's the purple refractor. So I would be, and with somebody like Ohtani, who's just an all-timer, I would be good with, trading smaller liquid cards to get up to the more rare Ohtani card. So I like that strategy here. But it's a nice trade for both sides. As you said, the other person got a lot of liquidity. They got good value. It's a nice trade for both sides, just a matter of preference.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely agree.
All right, we got a couple more to go through. Let's jump to the next one.
Up next, we have a $33,000 trade down. On side A, we have an SGA Black Gold Optic. On side B, we have a combination of Luka, SGA, and Stroud Gold. How do you guys feel about this one?
All right, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we all know how hot he is. Obviously, I picked up one of his cards in one of my earlier trades, but here's somebody trading away his Choice Black Gold from Optic. That's a big, big card, but they're getting a lot of big cards in return. Man, that CJ Stroud 10, another Shai in a 10, and a Luka in a 10. Where would you be on this one?
This one's also very tough. I'm a sucker for Beckett 10s. Now, granted, these 2 cards are not. I mean, I think the Luka is a lot more rare than the green, right?
Yeah.
So, I did not look up the pops on these. Did you or no?
No, I didn't. No.
I would assume that there's multiple Beckett 10s in both of these. I would assume the pop's not extreme, but with Beckett 10s, it's the pops that drive the value.
Sure.
The black labels are going to drive enormous value no matter what. Mm-hmm. But for Beckett 10s, there's some cards that have 50 Beckett 10s, or some that have 1 or 2, and so that's what really drives the value.
And I would imagine that die cut of the select Luka, it's hard to find the die cuts in 10s, so that's probably pretty darn rare.
So the Stroud Gold is a big boy. That's the big boy on this side, right? But I just don't think. I think he had a little bit of sophomore slump, even though going to the playoffs.
He did.
So it's kind of like that longer term play. I see someone moving out of someone that's extremely hot now because it could come down a lot. And moving into someone that could go up and have a great third year and a good bounce back year coming up. I mean, he still made the playoffs, right? So I'm a fan of the Stroud side. I think that's the right move here. I think the guy that got the SGA, they're winning too, because if they're a fan of him or they want to move him here in the short term, they're going to be able to. This is the time to be moving him for sure. And he's still getting a nice SGA in return in a Beckett 10 green rookie.
Yeah. In this case, as much as I like SGA and obviously traded for him in another trade, I'd rather have the Stroud with the SGA and the Luka, simply because the optic is not as sought after.
Right.
It's not as hyped. And so if that was a prism of Shea, I would probably stick with this Shea. But it's
Absolutely.
an optic in a 9.5. Granted, it's very low. It's very rare, very low numbered. But man, even though CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump, and I know his market is way down, but that's a beautiful CJ Stroud rookie card. I really actually like the variation better than the normal. I just think the pose, the look of the card, and that variation in gold, it hits.
It's a PSA 10. When
and
you talk about the
PSA
premium
10.
and PSA 10s right now,
Yeah.
the rarity of it, quarterbacks run the market today.
Yep.
It's just what it is. And I like the SGA, and I like the subgrades normally. Normally this is like a good opportunity to cross. PSA is getting just tougher with centering now. But I think it's a beautiful card. It's a good card to have today, no doubt about it.
I agree. And just one more reminder, guys, you can do trade deals just like any of these high dollar ones, but also low dollar ones as well, starting with cards as little as $10 on Veriswap right now. You just need to download the Veriswap app or go to Veriswap.com, and when you register, use that promo code SCI for $15 free towards your first Veriswap trade. Okay, let's go with one more. Let's go to Raymond.
Up next, we have a $33,000 trade. On side A, we have a Mahomes Optic Gold Contenders white box, 1 of 1. On side B, we have a LeBron Topps Chrome Refractor in BGS 9.5. How do you guys feel about this one?
All right, a big boy for a big boy. Where are you on this trade, Carter?
Well, here we go, another 1v1 here. Don't let this deceive you just yet. When I looked at this first, I was like, holy cow, gold out of 10, rookie Mahomes. And then I looked at the label, and it's a white box 101. So very, very different card than the true gold out of 10.
And good calling that out.
Yes.
Good calling that out.
White box out of 1. This is a pretty normal grade for those types of cards, 8.5s, especially from the 2017s, anything Mahomes signed. This is, like, the grade doesn't scare me here. But for white box and black box 101s, very hard to determine value. There's actually a lot more to compare comp-wise. So it's even more of a guessing game to me because there's actually so much more to compare to. That's actually, you'd be like, well, this white box did this, and it's a lesser set. And then people argue, well, I like this set more than this one. And people can have different opinions. So, but I really love this card. I mean, you don't see a lot of Mahomes. This is really hard. The eye appeal in this card, definitely way better than LeBron. As much as I love the LeBron refractor, eye appeal wise, I'd rather have the Mahomes, but I can't go away from a LeBron James refractor. I know you probably can't either, being a LeBron guy, but the Beckett 9.5, just having the centering off. The centering looks pretty good to me too. Maybe just a little hair off top to bottom, but I think the LeBron refractor is the better side of this. I think it's tight though. The white box is just a little bit more of a guessing game.
Yep.
But I think, again, quarterbacks run the market, so I see why somebody did this, and it makes sense to me.
I completely agree. I completely agree with everything you said. I think the Mahomes card has all the eye appeal in the world. If you're trying to move it, though, the fact it is a white box 101 makes it more difficult to move because everybody feels uncertain about value. But it sure looks good. The LeBron refractor, there's a market for that all day, every day. Everybody knows what it's worth, easier to move. For that reason, I'd probably go the LeBron refractor here, but I think that the Mahomes is great for a Mahomes collector.
Looks so cool.
They are awesome.
It's a beautiful card.
Okay, so here we are. This one takes you a minute to really break down and analyze. It's a beautiful Kobe auto in a 10-10 for a lot of other very notable cards. What would you rather have here?
Well, I love the Kobe on-card auto, obviously from one of the last years he signed. Very desirable card.
Yes.
Extremely desirable.
And a very nice looking card too, like a lot of eye appeal.
Very hard to get a 10-10.
Yeah.
These are more of the canvas type cards.
Yep.
Edges are known to get a little, scuffed up here and there. This card looks absolutely flawless in the scan. The corners don't look any white, nothing. Like, it doesn't seem like PSA showed any leniency here. This is a 10, right? Auto looks great. But for me, personally, I come from a life where I didn't watch a lot of Kobe. I didn't see Kobe in his prime as much. Okay. So, I know from a card perspective, Kobe signed a lot. And so there's a lot of autos you can find out now. Now, they have gone more scarce in our market because people are collecting him more than ever. So I realize that. But for the quality of players, I'm not even going to look at the cards so specifically on the 6-card side, but the quality of players, Wemby, Jordan, Luka, Burrow, Maxey, Anthony Edwards. You're talking about some of the most liquid people in our industry today. This is another win-win right here, because somebody's getting a amazing Kobe auto, but somebody's also trading down into some very liquid players. Nonetheless, the quality of cards. I mean, we've got a Fleer 86 sticker Jordan rookie in a very good grade 8.5. Wemby Mojo. We got a black box. That does look like a rookie 2018 higher apparent auto, and that looks like a nice auto. The Joe Burrow Immaculate Rookie, the Maxey, in a PSA 10 Contenders Optic, which is a very tough grade. Those are a little bit thicker of cards. And then you can't go wrong with the Anthony Edwards Prism Silver PSA 10. Yeah. Extremely liquid card. One of the hottest players in the NBA today. So I would lean on the 6-card side just in the trade down scenario, but this is very tight for me because I know what this card the Kobe card drives value wise, and I think this is pretty close to even.
And Maxey, unfortunately, the Sixers are down this year, but I actually still really like Maxey long term. I think he's a fantastic player, and
he was hurt early in the year, so
yeah, it's not been the greatest year for him or the team. But that's a card I would actually like to tuck away and see what that's worth 5 years from now. I bet it'd be worth more. If the Kobe, I love the Kobe card, but if the Kobe auto, if the card was from his playing days, I would feel a little bit more like pulled towards it. I just, in general, playing days cards make a little more difference to me rather than, after guys are retired and then they continue to sign every year. Now, obviously with Kobe though, you've got the additional factor of this being one of the last cards he ever signed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that does add a little bit of specialness for a Kobe collector. So, for a true Kobe collector, I 100% understand why they would pick the Kobe card over those 6 cards, 100%. For me, there's so many big names on the other side, much like you. I think I would take those 6. I'm actually really excited about Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And he played so well this season, but it was so under the radar because the Bengals defense was horrendous. I am really excited to see what Cincinnati can do in the next couple of years. And so I'm a big Burrow believer. I would love that Burrow. The Wemby is the Mojo. That's amazing. Yeah. The Jordan sticker's in a very high grade too.
Yeah, I think the Mojo Prism deck is a bigger card than people realize.
I think so. So yeah, give me the 6 cards. I'm with you. Give me the 6 cards on this one. This was a lot of fun. Yeah. I appreciate you joining me, Carter. We had a lot of good trades here to analyze today.
Yeah, this was great. Thank you, Jeff.
And guys, all of this, it goes on Veriswap, and it goes on every single day. Make sure to download Veriswap or go to veriswap.com, promo code SCI for $15 free, and then you can trade with me. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with our next episode. Take care.